Hey guys, it is Selena, the Freedom Chef from Bud Baker Products, and I'm coming to you today to do some hamburger and some burger bombs. The first thing that I'm going to go over with everybody is stop being so damn nervous, first of all. And I'm going to go over how to decarb your marijuana, okay? I have a recipe that you guys are going to be able to see at the end of this that we're going to put up that you guys can take some notes. The first thing that you want to do is you want to take your marijuana, and depending on what quantity you're using here, I would suggest doing at least an ounce at a time. I don't know if you want to zoom in here, if you can do a little zoom in here. You guys want to break it up. You don't want to grind it too fine. You're just going to break it up the same way as if you would do it by hand, just like if you're breaking up a blunt. Too fine, and when you use it to put it in butter or oil, the plant matter will get into the butter and oil and it will add to the taste. It will make it taste worse, and you want to try to avoid tasting the marijuana at all in anything that you're making, okay? So this little oven here is not actually on. I'm just using this as an example. I don't do anything special. I don't put it in a bowl. I don't put aluminum foil over top of it or anything. We're literally just going to put the marijuana onto a cookie sheet. We're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to set it on 240 degrees for 1 hour, okay? And we're going to put that away in our little oven to cook. If you want to show them the recipe now for the decarb of the marijuana, make sure you guys write these notes down. There's actually a step on here that the step number 5 that I didn't quite go over just now. Whenever you take it out of the oven, you want to do a light spray of Everclear alcohol. This is a very light mist. You don't want to soak it. This method, after being tested, has actually brought out the terpenes, and it actually gives you a better pain relief, and it gives you better medicine when you use this extra step. You're welcome to leave this step out if you so choose, but we're going to try not to break what's already working really well for us. And the Everclear alcohol actually adds an extra kick, and it makes everything last longer. Okay? So now this decarb flour you're going to be able to use in various recipes. This particular recipe, when I make the hamburger here, I'm not using butter. I'm not taking any additional steps. I'm just using the decarb marijuana to make the actual hamburgers here, okay? So what I have in front of me is 5 pounds of hamburger. I'm going to be adding 3.5 grams of decarb marijuana to this, which I have here. This is not from actual buds. This was from trim, some sugar trim, and some trim product. It's actually the best thing to use for your edibles. The purpose of the medicine is to be able to use the whole plant. And if you're using your trim, you're being able to get the whole medicine out of the entire plant without wasting any of it. The purpose of this plant is to be used as medicine. It's not supposed to be used to get everybody high. You know, I'm a stoner. I like to get high too. But the purpose is to use it as a medicine. And as long as you maintain the entire plant matter, you'll be able to get all THC matter out of the plant. So we're doing 3.5 grams. This particular recipe that I do here, once I add this decarb flour, this step right here, I'm going to blend it all in, actually with these additional ingredients. If we leave out the additional ingredients that I'm getting ready to add, you will be able to use this hamburger for, you can make steamers out of it, you can use it to make tacos, you can use it to make lasagna, you can use it to make spaghetti. All of these different things you can use once you put the decarbed marijuana into here. Okay, we're going to actually add the extra step of adding some seasonings. McCormick's has came out with a Montreal steak seasoning, a liquid seasoning that works very, very well. I only use 1 packet of these to 5 pounds, and then I also use the powdered steak seasoning as well, and that's also the Montreal steak seasoning from McCormick. And in my recipe, I normally add an egg. I don't have that with me today. I actually left that out. It helps bind the burger together a little bit better. The amount of this steak seasoning is kind of to taste. It's pretty salty, so you don't want to go overboard too much with it. There's the main ingredient in this seasoning is salt. Okay, so now I'm actually going to, when you mix this all up, it's very important. I'm going to be doing this probably for a good 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's very important that the marijuana mixes throughout. There's several recipes that will tell you to not make this as one big huge batch. It will tell you to make individual hamburgers and then come back after the fact and add the decarbed marijuana, as long as you mix it up really, really good. It's really easy to mix it through. Now, when you make a burger like this, the equivalent, what we're going to have here when we're done with the burger bombs, we're going to actually have about 66 milligrams. With the THC that's actually added here is about 19 to 20% in that shake content. And so these 66 milligrams is going to be really strong. A 66 milligram edible from a monosaturated fat edible, which is what a burger is going to be 4 times, sometimes 2 to 4 times as strong as an edible that has just sugars, the cakes, a lot of what you guys see out here in these vendor markets, a lot of the sugary sweet stuff. It actually depletes the THC, and you need a lot stronger THC content. And you're literally just going to keep working all of the seasonings and all the spices into here. What you'll notice is marijuana actually has a nutty undertone, and you'll actually smell that in this recipe. And if you want to go ahead and break to the actual recipe that they can jot down while I go wash my hands off here. I need to patty these out real quick. And then
right. Where you go? Come here, come here, please, sir. What you got there, Ian? What gun you have there? No, sir. What you have in bush in your pocket? Come here, sir. Energy. Lock him up.
Crime doesn't pay, you know.
Okay guys, so I am back. And what I'm gonna do now with our hamburger recipe is we're gonna make burger bombs. This here is an amazing way to make hamburgers. Let me move things around here a little bit, guys. Okay, so we want our pan, our pan preheating over here on about 270. I'm gonna turn this up to about 320. I'm gonna use some olive oil spray here. I like olive oil a lot better than regular vegetable oils. It's a lot healthier for you. It's a lot better option. It's my best infusion ingredient whenever I do a infuse, whether I use butter, olive oil, or whether I use coconut oil. Okay, so what I do is I got 8 hamburgers here. 2, 4, 6, 7. No, I have 7. I miscounted, so I'll make another. And we are gonna put in these dishes here. We're going to put a piece of aluminum foil. We're not going to be using the dish. This is just helping us form the patty and to make our burger bombs. I like to cook them in the aluminum foil to begin with, just so that it gets the burger and the bacon done. There's a lot of grease and juices and all that good stuff, and then we can brown it at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the burgers in the bottom here. Okay, so we want to kind of make a little bowl out of the burger. Now we got to make sure it stays pretty thick on the bottom. If not, then our ingredients will be pushing through. So we're kind of making that. And so our first one that we're going to make is going to be, we have cheddar cheese here and crab and Old Bay seasoning. Okay, it's literally just crab meat, cheddar cheese, and Old Bay. Okay. I'm going to put that inside of the hamburger. We're going to take a second burger, kind of try to form it about the same. Put a little bit of extra topping inside of this one. And then we want to kind of try to reach down in here and seal it on the side so our ingredients stay in. We'll move these out of the way. Okay, and we're going to wrap that aluminum foil right around there. Take it on out. Okay? Now, this step is optional. If you don't like pork, you will obviously skip this step. This is the reason that I'm actually using the aluminum foil. So you can eliminate the piece of aluminum foil as well if you would like. Now these are the equivalent of 2 burgers here. So you want to be ready to be extra high if you eat 2 of these like this in a burger bomb. Or if you don't want to be extra high, you need to put half as much as marijuana into your recipe. We're gonna stick our first one in there. Now these ingredients that you guys put in your burger bombs, you can kind of put anything that you want. These are some different options that a friend of mine and I came up with. Due to our taste buds and the things that we like. You can obviously put anything inside of these that you would like. You can also replace the hamburger with veggie burgers. So I'm going to be doing a veggie burger recipe one day that you guys will love. Okay, so we are going to do jalapenos in this one. So we got a couple jalapeno peppers here. And then we're going to also do some pepper jack cheese as well in this one. Same scenario. Put the other burger on top. Now you can actually bake these in the oven rather than fry them. It's a little bit easier here at the studio for me to put them in the fry pan, but you can actually bake these in the oven if you leave these in these little containers. These little dishes here actually serve great to bake things in the oven with, especially when you're making serving sizes like this. That one in there. And our next one is sharp cheddar cheese and button mushrooms. We had all this stuff prepared before we came in. So you take the button mushrooms and we just cut them up into little chunk-sized pieces. You can leave them whole if you want. And we're going to stick as many mushrooms as we can in there. And then some cheese. Now remember guys, when you use this burger recipe, again, prior to putting all the other seasonings in, you can then use this burger for many other recipes. Any other recipe that calls for burger, you can actually use this recipe for and just eliminate the actual other seasonings for the burger portion of it. And I love bacon, so I'm putting bacon around everything. Because it's just part of life if you love it. You gotta eat it all the time. All right, and our last one, we are doing Asiago cheese and green peppers and leeks, which is a version of an onion. I actually had it at the house for my veggie burger recipe. Now when you do this recipe with the 5 pounds and the 3.5 grams, you can usually patty out about 20 burgers. So if you have a barbecue, you can get 20 of your friends stoned for an eighth. Now you know you can't roll a couple blunts worth of eighths and get 20 of your friends stoned. So that is the best part of this recipe. Everybody can have great cookouts this summer thanks to the Canna burgers. Any meat with monounsaturated fats is going to get you guys a lot higher when you do the edibles. So remember that when you're thinking about what you want to cook it with. I know everybody likes all this sweet, junky stuff that we see out here when we go to all these shows and everything, which is great when you're stoned. But this is medicine. The purpose is health and to make us better. So be mindful of that when you're eating all of these sweets and all this fatty stuff. Oh, I missed my piece of aluminum foil, didn't I? When you're eating all these fatty stuff with all these sugars and everything else, there is, as you guys can tell, a bunch of different ways that you can eat marijuana and that you can use it as your medicine. Do not confine yourself to sugary, sweet stuff. It's actually really bad for you. Not that red meat's any better for you. But the options are endless for what you can do with cooking with cannabis. And so experimentation for yourself is the best. Everybody's body works different. Our endocannabinoid systems transfer and work different for everybody. So I might get higher than you on certain foods. You might get higher than me on other foods. It's important to keep that in mind when you are cooking with cannabis. And think about that when you are deciding what you want to start cooking with. Sweets are great, but they're not good for you. And again, this is a health thing here. This medicine is something that can help people tremendously. And I'm going to let these cook for a little while. And I'm going to let him go on to my Burger Bombs recipe, so you guys can take some notes for that. Okay guys, so I still got these Burger Bombs cooking. What I'm going to do here is we're going to show you guys some slides of the different events that you're going to be able to find me at. You're also going to see some slides here about Feed DC. That is an organization down here that we've started. It's extremely important to the Canna community. It is important to everybody down here in DC as well. It's actually we are going to go out and feed people on the streets of DC. We are literally just going to throw some crock pots in the back of our car of hot foods, as many people as we have come out. And we're going to go to some hot spots in the city that have a large group of homeless and people in need in those particular areas. And we actually have Najee Bistro is a restaurant in DC that has decided to support Feed DC. Bud Baker Products, that's actually my product line of items. And then Heron B Cakes Company is another vendor here in DC that is going to be supporting us for Feed DC. Anybody else that wants to be a part of it, we're going to be doing it the fourth Monday of every month. You literally just show up with yourself and some food. If you can't bring food, that's fine. We always need help serving and extra hands. So again, the advertisements that you guys are seeing, every Tuesday I'm here from 12 p.m. until 10. Today I wasn't here until 2 because I like being late. And this is Tasty Tuesdays every Tuesday here at Listen Vision. So we have vendors here. We're going to be doing some shout outs to the vendors that we have here today. And we have myself as well every Tuesday, 12 to 10. And the cooking show is live every Tuesday as well at 4 from Listen Vision Studios. Every Friday, you guys will find me at Glow's house from 6 to 2. On Saturdays, you'll find me at Glow's house as well from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. On Sundays, you'll find me at the Spaceship from 8 to 1. Every Sunday, I'm actually not vending on Sundays, but I have some peeps that are having a show at Glow's house on Sundays. It's actually a Smokes and Jokes comedy show. The comedy starts at 2. The show's running from 11 to 4 that day, guys, so make sure you guys go out and check them out. I'll probably be out there every Sunday supporting them if I'm not there vending. The next page that I have is vendors that we support. It's vendors that myself, Freedom Chef, and Bud Baker Products supports. Obviously, Bud Baker Products is me. We have the Harem Bee Cakes Company. We have Canna DC, DC Propaganda 71, and Flower Child DC. Next week, we're actually going to be featuring on my show Canna DC. He's going to be coming on and showing you guys how to make some of his goodies here next week. So if you guys can come out and support our vendors, they're at some of the same shows that I'm at. They're at different shows. They all have Facebook pages. They all have Instagrams that you guys can follow them and check them out at their different shows. Again, Feed DC is obviously a charity that we support, and it's also a charity that was founded by Bud Baker Products and something that we're really excited about. So I'm going to go ahead and flash out here for a second, guys, while these finish cooking. And please take note of all the advertisements and what we got coming up and the different shows that you guys can find me at.
This is Rockfoot Rock. So, hey youth man, take off them music there and forward this Rockfoot Rock.
one station, your official station. You know. Do it.
We have Run THC here with these really cute emoji thingies that are just super cute. And we have some really, really, really good flour here. OG Kush, Purple Kush, Bubba Kush. Oh, we have lots of Kushes. Ooh, they're all Kushes. Platinum Kush. Oh, that's so exciting. Let's smell it. Y'all got to come down and check this out. We are Kushing it. And over here we have Heisenbuds. Ooh, I like you guys' logo. That is a really cute logo. That's you.
Yeah, that's me when I'm wasted.
That's you when you're wasted? Okay, so we have some edibles here, and we have some really cool bracelets and brain teasers that you guys can come down by and get some free gifts. And we have Green Crack. That is a really, really good sativa strain for anybody that knows. It is one of the best sativa strains out there, and for anybody that needs an uplifting daytime thing, that is definitely what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And over here we have my table. This is Bud Baker Products table. We have all kinds of cooked stuff. We have my burgers that we just cooked over there, over here cooking, staying warm in the crock pot. We have plenty of cereal bars, lots of good sweet stuff, guys. Make sure you come out and check my table out. And we have Capsterdam. And he has a bud that I've never seen before called Blue Nebula. Ooh, and he has Skittles, the famous Skittles. I'd say it with the Z, but I have a bad enough lisp as it is. I can't get it out. Blue Nebula. I've never heard of this strain before. And he has Green Crack as well. And the Skittles. I know this is a famous DC strain. Everybody likes it down here. So come out and check us out. He looks like he's got some tinctures and some pre-rolls and backwoods as well. And also some edibles. He has cartridges as well, guys. Some really good looking ones. And you know, when they make the packaging look that good, the stuff's usually good inside. And he also has Cannaline with THC syrup. Cannabis syrup and flavoring is what we're looking at here, guys. How many milligrams is this? 100 milligrams per serving. And that is our Cannaline, guys. And we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to carry my little wireless mic back over and check on our burger bombs. They're smelling like so amazing. I'm so excited about this right now. I can't even tell you. Ooh, the cheese is just seeping out. Oh, that looks so exciting. I see it. So with the ones that you guys put cheese in the middle, try to make sure you seal them pretty good. I can see the cheese seeping out of both sides of these, which is not that really big of a deal. But probably didn't help that I squished them a little bit. I'd say we probably got about 5 more minutes on those guys. I don't think that they're going to be done by the time that the show's over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into one of these and see if they're done yet. I really don't think they are, but I'm going to check anyway. Because like an on-screen taste test would be like the best, you know. I know they look exciting, but how they taste is even more exciting. And you know what? I think they might be done. I'm gonna go with they need a few more minutes and that they are almost done. Now I know some people like their meat a little red on the inside when it comes to hamburgers, so if you're looking for a medium well, I would say that they're about done at this stage. I think we ran about 10 to 12 minutes on about 350. I don't have some exact measurements on that part, guys. A lot of this stuff I just, you know, when you know how to cook, you just cook. So I need to come up with a little bit better time frame for you guys. I would say probably 350 for 25 minutes would be a good time frame for how long you guys actually need to cook these for. If you want to swing back to the advertisements, and then we'll finish up as soon as these are done cooking.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision.
Yes, the mushroom and the cheddar. This one here. Now you can, when you guys fry these in here, you can fry them kind of on the sides if you would like to get your bacon a little bit more done. I actually like my bacon medium. This is kind of perfect for me. This one is the crab. So we got everything. Oh, that smells so good. Oh God, you guys are gonna love me today. This is so amazing. So that one was the crab and the cheddar. And this one, ooh, that is the Asiago and the Leeks and the green peppers. Asiago cheese, that is. I actually just grabbed a 4-pack of sliced cheese, you guys, when I did these, and it had 4 different kinds, so it gave me all the different options that we have here. And this is our jalapenos here, guys, with our cheddar jack cheese that we have. That one's actually going to be a very spicy one for anybody here that's going to try that today. If I can close with one last thing in regards to the edibles, guys, dosing is extremely important. As far as we're using it on the medicine side. And anybody that wants to get stoned, we can never do it, pass out, laugh about it, and it's all a joke. It's great. But at the end of the day, it's medicine. And so it's very important that you guys dose properly and correctly. This actual dosage here, one of these hamburgers, is probably about 8 doses for a typical person that needs this for pain or medicine. You definitely don't need anything this high. If you want to get stoned, absolutely. This is the way to go. But these particular burgers, you would only need about a half of one of these burgers that I put when I made this recipe. So if you guys are looking to have somebody use this that's older, you want to go smaller on the dosage, maybe even make meatball size and actually start with meatballs because of the monosaturated fats. Dosing is the most important part of edibles. And the last thing that you want to do is give somebody an edible and them get too high off of it and never want to use it again. Primarily because it is the #1 way to deliver this as a medicine, and you definitely don't want to scare somebody away, especially an older person. This is a really good delivery method for them. They can't smoke, they can't vape, and different things like that because of their lungs. And so we definitely don't want to be giving it to them and have them get totally stoned out of their mind and not want to be able to use this as a medicine. So pay attention to that. I'm actually going to do a show one day for you guys and explain dosing and go over that with everybody. And if you guys can remember to come see me at all my shows, come see me today, and we are done for the day.